I don't think that I've shared about my background very much. So you don't really know where I came from. You don't really know where I'm going. But without getting too personal, I'm going to share a few things about why I am a strength and conditioning coach. So I am a strength and conditioning coach here in Indiana, and I do also work full-time at the hospital as well in clinical education. Okay, my main focus in college was education and teaching English as a new language, and I graduated with my bachelor's in a dual major, and I started applying for jobs. At the same time, I found out that I had cancer. I had stage 3 classical Hodgkin's lymphoma. So when I was treated for cancer, I was given 4 different types of chemos, different medications. I think 2 of them were drip, so I had to go in every 2 weeks, sit and receive my chemo. And then after all of those rounds of chemo, then I had several rounds of radiation, and that took several months before I was finished with chemotherapy and radiation therapy. A young, early 20s, mid 20s, kind of in between there, trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life now because my teacher license expired, and I love teaching. I love teaching and coaching and being around people, helping them and providing that value. And I had such a strong emphasis in teaching English language learners. And part of my background and influence in health is being able to develop curriculums around that topic. So with my English language learners, many of them were adults or families, and they were coming to me saying, how can I explain this? Or what is this? And they would have doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, and they needed language to explain symptoms, pain, body parts, things that they were feeling. And I'm like, wow, this is such a great opportunity. I took the opportunity, I interviewed several different healthcare professionals, like what is their interaction with people who don't speak English like? Some of them do have translators, but sometimes it's just nice to have that communication where you don't have to look at the translator the whole time. You know, you are addressing each other in person. And so I developed this whole curriculum around training English language learners how to talk to healthcare professionals. It was probably one of my most rewarding thing that I have ever done. And my experience being in the hospital, getting tests done, going back, trying to explain how I feel, all of that really helped me, because sometimes even talking to doctors is hard, even if you are a native English speaker. And I have had some help with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. I think this might have been a year or 2 after treatment. I decided to join Team in Training to raise some money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. I have known several people who have had blood cancers like mine, and I was just so inspired by the coaches and running. So my background in fitness really came from a long distance running background. As I became more knowledgeable and continued my education and received certifications, I picked weightlifting because of the great benefits that you get from being strong, from having healthy muscle tissue. And I remember what it's like to be weak. I think that weightlifting is one of those things that's very empowering, and I can create education and help people feel confident lifting weights. So that is a lot. I think that there could be so much more I could share about all of that, and I am open to answering any questions or discussing my personal journey when it comes to chemotherapy. Yes, I am not a doctor, but if you have any questions or you're curious, or I will be happy to discuss them if it helps you. So anyway, that's it for now, and have you guys have a good evening.